Hi. 3 months ago, some of you may remember, we started the Great Potato Trial. 10 seed potatoes planted in 10-litre pots, 1 potato per pot in 10 different growing mediums. They were watered, left outside, not sprayed, not fed, not given any other treatment other than pure water when they needed it. Of course, we've had a dry spring, they've needed a lot of water, but they've had it and they've grown in the 10-litre pots for the last 3 months. They were early potatoes called Premier. It's today, the 24th of June. They should be ready for harvest. So we're going to go through each pot, look at the yield we get, and just basically find out which growing medium is the best for growing potatoes in pots. Right, we start off with something you would not think would be at all possible to grow potatoes in: stone sculpins. Basically, the sort of stone you use as a bed for your patio or your drive. Just stone and grit and gravel. So we've got 1 potato in there, only about 6 inches of growth. Let's turn them up, see what we've got. Oh, look at that. There's your seed potato, and there's the yield. 2 baby seed potatoes. So, well, not the greatest, but did we really expect it from a load of grit and sculpins and stone? So there we are, that's the first one. Second one, rotted leaves. Just some leaves raked up from last autumn in a pot with a seed potato. Rotted down nicely. Shake them apart. Oh dear, what have we got here? Just 2 little potatoes. Oh no, wait, no. There's a potato coloured leaf. There's the original potato, look. But that's not very good, is it? Lovely leaf mould for the garden. Great organic material for lightening heavy soils or making a mulch. But as a yield for potatoes, pretty rubbish. Just 2 baby potatoes. So that's the rotted leaves. Let's try moss. This was moss raked up from the lawn. The potato was planted in the moss. Oh, look at this. Look at the moss. Oh no, we've just found another one. The rotted leaves have got 3 baby potatoes, but the moss, look, have got 2. Oh, look, here we are, look. 3, and a couple of very small insignificant ones. Oh no, another one, 4. We can't even find the original potato here. Look, 5, so it's not bad for early potatoes there, look. The moss has done quite well, really, hasn't it? Look at that. So there we have moss from the lawn. Not a bad little yield there. Next we have builder's sand, orange builder's sand. Very solid, heavy once it gets wet and hunkers down, as it were. Let's see what's inside here. Oh, look at that. 2, 3 potatoes, 4, 5. There's the, as it were, the mother potato. 6. No, that's all, just that's your yield from the builder's sand. Next we have composted bark, just chipped up bark which has been allowed to rot for a couple of years. Great for mulching, but what's it like for growing potatoes in? Tip it out and see. Oh, just 1 potato on the top. Oh, lovely one there, beautiful little new potato there. But I'm afraid yield is not going to be high, just 3 little babies and a 1 rotted mother potato. No, look, there's 1 more, 4. But not a particularly high yield there. So that's the composted bark. Next we have, shock horror, pure peat. Pure peat, of course, is not usually recommended for growing things in these days, but let's just see what it produces. Oh, lovely potato there. There's not usually a lot of goodness in peat. Great for making up a compost, but not for growing plants in without additional nutrients. I think that's shown in the yield here. Just 3 small potatoes, and there's the rotted mother potato. So pure peat shows its lack of nutrients by only giving us 3 small potatoes. Now here we have quite a vigorous plant, composted green waste. The sort of product your local authority produces when it composts all the stuff in your green bin, as it were. So let's tip this one out. Good root system here. Nice friable compost and quite a few little baby potatoes. Look at this, we've got 5 there, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not a bad yield at all. A couple of babies, which won't be a lot of use there. So yeah, composted green waste. Another one there. Another one there. Look at this. Almost a meal, look. Lovely baby potatoes, new potatoes here. Great for the kitchen. So composted green waste at the moment is well in the lead. Now, best topsoil. Now, topsoil is a bit of a paradox, really. In the garden, of course, it grows the best crops. But in a pot, topsoil can weigh a little bit heavy and become a little bit dense. So let's see how it's produced here with the potatoes. As you see, it's solidified into quite a lump. But we've got a few potatoes here. Not a terrific crop, not huge, but there's only 4 or 5, and they are quite small. So I'm afraid topsoil in a pot, although we get very good yields from our topsoil in the garden, did not come up trumps when we tried to grow potatoes in the pot. Right, number 9 in the trials is peat-free compost, a bag of peat-free compost, which I must admit, we tried to grow some tomatoes in the greenhouse and they just didn't grow at all. And the potato, as you see here, has done exactly the same, hardly any growth. But let's see what's underneath it, see whether it surprised us with its yield. Peat-free compost that you buy in any garden centre, good for the eco-friendly gardeners. But I'm afraid you're going to be a bit disappointed with the yield. Just 2 rather manky little looking potatoes there. Oh dear, oh dear. I'm afraid peat-free compost, you've come up short there, mate. But there we are. We'll try another year perhaps. So 2 potatoes. That's even worse, I think, than the stone sculpins and the builder's sand and the moss. Far worse than the moss. And finally, we come to the plant which is grown by far the best of the whole lot. Top grade nursery peat-based compost. The sort of compost we use to grow the sort of plants you like to buy in a garden centre or nursery, shrubs and herbaceous plants. So we're just going to turn this plant out from the pot. Oh, look at this. This is what you call a yield. Now, this is what we expected from the beginning. Beautiful sized potatoes. Excellent yield. Clean. In fact, I'd almost say this one plant in the nursery grade peat-based compost, peat bark, a little bit of loam and various balanced nutrients, has produced almost as many potatoes on its own as all the other growing mediums combined. So there we have it. The top grade nursery compost is the winner. But we've got a lovely lot of new potatoes here, and I'm sure my wife will be very pleased with the salads and the new potatoes she boils up over the next few days. So there we have the trial. Thank you.